Hello, Joel Tadman, Technical Editor of Golf Monthly here at West Hill Golf Club, where today I've been testing the Wilson Staff Triton DVD driver. Now this is a club I was really excited to get in my hands and test for a number of reasons. The first is that it's got a very cool backstory. For those of you that don't know, this was part of a driver versus driver competition that aired on the Golf Channel in the States, whereby kind of aspiring equipment designers competed with various designs to win a prize, obviously a cash prize, but also they got their driver developed by Wilson and sold to the public. And the winner of that competition is the Triton DVD driver. It was designed by a guy called Eric Sillies. The panel that judged that competition included Kevin Streelman, who's a Wilson PGA Tour player, but also Frank Thomas, who was the former USGA director who developed a number of the testing procedures for golf clubs. There's a hell of a lot of equipment making know-how and golf club design knowledge gone into making this driver. In fact, I'd definitely say it's Wilson's most advanced driver they've ever made, and that's because of the host of adjustable features that we see on this club. We've got adjustable loft here in the hosel, so up and down by 1 degree with some draw settings, but the key feature, the main piece of technology, is this adjustable Soleplate. Now, it comes in two versions. I've got the carbon fibre version here, which is distinguished by the pattern that you see on the bottom. This weighs 9 grams. There's also a titanium Soleplate, which weighs 22 grams. So switching between the two should change the launch and spin. Presumably the titanium Soleplate, which is heavier, should lower the spin and launch a little bit by moving the CG further down in the club head. Now, whichever Soleplate you choose, they're held on by 3 adjustable weights. We've got one in the heel, one in the toe, one in the back of the club head. The black ones are 2 grams and the red one is 6 grams. You can change these around depending on the preference of shot shape that you want to achieve with your driver. The driver also comes with this adjustable pack, which is quite cool. You can put your Soleplate in there. It's got a wrench. It's also got an additional 6 gram weight, so you can change the 2 gram for a 6 gram if you want a more pronounced shot shape. If you want a little bit more draw on your driver, you can put the 6 gram weight here in the heel instead of the 2 gram, and that's going to give you more of a draw bias on your shot shape. One other thing to talk about before we talk about the performance of this driver, let's talk about the looks that you get at address, because you've got this swing active technology here, this 1-1 design, whereby it's designed to help you align the club face but also improve your swing plane a little bit. So designed to help you take the club away on a nice neutral path. I wouldn't say it did that for me, but it definitely helped align the club face. You can see you've got a black leading edge and a black face, so without that it would be very difficult to align the face to your intended target. So we talked about the technology. Let's have a look at the performance of this driver. I've been testing it on my GC2 launch monitor using premium golf balls. Let's have a look at the data to see exactly how it performed and the differences in performance I got between the two Soleplates. Okay, so we've got the launch monitor data here from the GC2. Tested the Triton driver with the tall extra stiff, which isn't the shaft I would actually use. Wilson, I think, sent me the wrong one, but managed to make it work with that shaft. I've got we tested with 2 different Soleplates at 10 degrees of loft for both. Performance numbers are really interesting. You'd think with the different weight Soleplates you'd get a difference in launch and spin, and maybe even trajectory as well, but you'll notice the performance across the board was pretty much exactly the same. Average carry was exactly the same at 270 yards, which is a very good carry, by the way. It's definitely in the top half or top kind of 5 of drivers I've tested this year in terms of carry distance. Exactly the same ball speed at 155 miles an hour, exactly the same launch angle at 14.7 degrees, that's unheard of, and pretty much exactly the same spin rate between the two, 2,279, 2,313. So there really was absolutely nothing in it. Exactly the same peak height as well at 39 yards. So don't really know what to tell you really. Between the two Soleplates, it was pretty much exactly the same. What I would say is that with both the Soleplates, the overall performance was very good. A nice healthy high launch angle at 14.7 degrees. Combine that with the kind of mid to low spin at 227, a very healthy carry at 270 with a nice mid to high ball flight. You can't argue with the performance. Overall, the performance was excellent. It's just a shame that I didn't get a great separation in spin and launch angle between the two Soleplates. Obviously, if you want to change the ball flight, you can do using the 6 gram weight instead of the 2 gram weight, but I didn't feel the need to do that. You look at the dispersion, average was less than 5 yards offline for both. So it really was hard to fathom how identical the performance was between the two Soleplates. That's not to detract from the overall package this club offers. It's a very unique looking driver at address, but there's still lots to admire about the way it looks. You've got lots of alignment assistance there on top, you can see here. It's not something that's it's very different on the market, but definitely helps you align the club face and creates a nice visual aid for you to help you align and swing the club on a little bit more of a neutral path. The feel was excellent. It feels really powerful, really hot off the face. Definitely one of the best feeling Wilson drivers I've tested ever, to be fair. I've tested a lot of Wilson drivers recently. This one tops the lot. So if you're looking for a driver that's going to give you excellent all-round performance, there's no doubt that the Triton's going to deliver that. And for under £350, there's definitely an element of value there. Who knows, when you go and get custom fitted for this driver, you may experience a vast separation in spin and launch and different performances from the different Soleplates. Just because it was something that I didn't experience doesn't mean that you're not going to experience it either. Obviously strike plays an important part of this as well, so that's another element to factor in. But all in all, you know, the Triton driver, definitely one of Wilson's best performing drivers they've ever made. It's going to appeal, I think, to a wide spectrum of players with the adjustable options that you've got. It really is an excellent all-round package, and like I mentioned before, that value that you get from a driver that's got all this adjustability, all these different features for under £350 is certainly worth considering in 2017.